Hi all, Hipper here. So today we are lucky enough to get another 3 versus 3, this time in Yoshino. So if you enjoy 3 versus 3s, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like and comment and all the usual stuff. So like I said, I love 3 versus 3s and I love 4 versus 4s and I love 5 versus 5s. Pretty much anything below 9. I wish I could pick that ahead of a battle and say, okay, I only wanted this battle to be, 3 versus 3 or 2 versus 2 or even 1 versus 1. I find these smaller battles here a lot more satisfying to play because the ship you play, it plays a much bigger role. And in these 3 versus 3s, where usually one player starts at each cap, then if you lose your cap, you have pretty much doomed your team to lose the whole battle. Like the stakes are much higher than in a 9 versus 9, and that's also one of the reasons that I really enjoy this. When I get these battles here, some people don't like them and think they're wasting silver when they get a battle like this. I love them, and I wish I could pick this all the time because I would never play the 9 versus 9. I'd probably play 3 versus 3, 1v1, and 5 versus 5. I think they're the most interesting ones. Of course, it's also not a secret that agile cruisers do really well in these smaller battles here, where you can pretty much out DPM anyone, and you don't have to really worry that much about getting citadels from across the map because there aren't that many enemies, and they're usually preoccupied doing something else. So it's just like the 1 versus 1 ranked, pretty much, where if you put an agile build on your ship, you're going to be one very tough opponent to take down, simply because you can mitigate the damage that is done to you very efficiently and really without compromising your ship in any way. So that's why I really enjoy these smaller battles here. And if you are a good player, you can just totally stomp the red team in these games here, and that's also obviously something I enjoy. So some people say that if you turn crossplay off on your console, either Xbox or PlayStation, doesn't matter which one, obviously, then apparently you're supposed to get more of these battles. Now I have been experimenting with that for about 2 weeks, and in those 2 weeks I only got 2 battles of less than 9 players, and that's exactly the same I get without crossplay. So I'm not sure crossplay is the one to blame here. I think it's simply just the matchmaker not having enough people who wants to play. Another thing I enjoy with these battles here is that agile cruisers are very adept at spotting for themselves, and that's super important here because there's only 3 ships, and in this game here there's no destroyers. So if you are used to relying on other people to spot for you, you're going to have a very nasty game in these ones here, and maybe that's why some people don't like them. I don't know. I love them. Like I said, I think this should be a permanent mode in the game where you can pick, okay, yeah, I want to play standard, but I don't want to play more than 3 players or 1 player, like I said in the beginning. I think that could really help the game a lot here. So we've taken the C-Cap and we sent this here, Alaska here, off to whatever. I mean, he didn't really have a chance in the first place because obviously I can totally out DPM him, and I also have access to torpedoes. So yeah, he was pretty much doomed from the get-go. And getting him out of the picture leaves only 2 enemies now. And this is what I'm talking about in these games here. Like, as soon as you lose 1 ship, your team is down 30%, and you are in real trouble. And this is where you can pull off heroic stunts and do whatever it takes to win the battle, and doing that by knowing the intricacies of your ship, what you can pull off and what you can't pull off. And even if your teammates should be terrible and they both get wasted at the beginning of the battle, which happens, then these battles here, they're not so unfair that you can't save it. Like, you're still 1 versus potentially 3 ships, and that's doable, especially if you have more caps than they do. And it's just a very exciting way to play World of Warships Legends, I think. And yeah, I have asked Wargaming so many times to make this a permanent feature, and I'll probably go straight into the CC Discord and ask them again. So like I said, in these smaller battles here, where you cannot really rely on your teammates, at least not in the first 5 or 8 minutes of the game, you have to rely on yourself. You have to know your ship, you have to know everything about the map, and you have to know when you're spotted and when you are obviously not spotted, and what you can pull off and what you can't pull off. It's just so much more demanding on the player than playing 9 versus 9. And it's also a lot more fun, because in this mode here, there's nothing stopping you just, going straight in to the cap and challenging your opponent for the cap right off the bat. And like I said, Agile Cruisers do this really well. Very, very, very well. So just like I said, when you play when I played the 1 versus 1 Agile Hipper, I had no losses at all, because really no one can fight back against an Agile Cruiser in a 1 versus 1. Like, you are going to win. Especially if there's caps in play, because then as an Agile Cruiser you will get to the cap first, and you will be at an advantage, and you will put the pressure on the opposing team to try to claw back some sort of chance of winning. And it's all these things adding up into some of the best gameplay this game here has to offer, really. And it's just a shame it's not a standard mode. But okay, I think I've said that enough now. But I really, really, really wish that it would be. So we've solo capped 2 caps now in Yoshino, and I really like this ship here. It has, after I got the Azure Lane Rune inspiration on it, the turrets are just exactly the way I want them. Well, not exactly, they could be faster, but they are at the minimum that I need for this ship to perform as a really agile cruiser. I just missed the torps there, that's unfortunate. So we're going to go for our 3rd cap here, because I've only lost 1 teammate so far, which is pretty good, and we are ahead by 100 points, but I want to make sure that should things start to go downhill, then we are going to win this battle here. And it looks like the Yami is on fire from that one shot I got off with my rear guns, thanks to my fast rudder, by the way, and that takes him out. So it just leaves another, unfortunate Alaska here, and like I said, Alaska versus Yoshino is not a fair fight. Yoshino is always going to win that one. So I'm just going to keep the guys spotted here for a bit, because I just want to finish capping first. Because, like I said, I want to make sure we win this battle here. And there's no need to shoot at him yet. I mean, he's at a 3rd health, so I need about 2 salvos to take him out. And I'm not switching to AP here, because I just think the HE performs so well on Yoshino that, I can live without the disappointment of AP overpens and stuff like that. And the fire setting capabilities of Yoshino is also just absolutely nuts. And it's just a really fun ship to play. And of course we get 2 fires on Mr. Alaska there, which I'm sure he probably repairs immediately. And that just means that, okay, well, we can set a few more then. Why don't we? So a case in point with the AP here, where I'm firing AP at him, and he does turn out a bit, but the AP performance is, you need to be closer. It's just like a Targo, and you need to have pretty much a flat broadside, which of course doesn't happen very often. And when it happens, it's usually a potato move on the red ship's part. So all in all, HE is the pick in this game here, this ship here, because you just get more consistent damage. There's another double fire right there that he won't be able to put out. And that's the end of Mr. Alaska. And that leaves us at 3 solo caps, 2 of the 3 kills, and I believe 3,500 XP in a battle with 3 players. So yep, Yoshino, absolutely love it. And it's one of my favorite ships in the game now. It reminds me of a Targo, just in, a different way, a different taste. So hope you enjoyed it, guys, and I'll see you out there.